So I typically work with royal icing, but I have a couple of customers that prefer my frosted cookies, and one of those customers asked to place an order for the 4th of July, and this was a unique order because she wanted it to be a baby announcement. So she sent me an inspiration photo that looked like it was more or less a baby shower order that was red, white, and blue, but then it also had this cookie that said made in the USA. Now on the inspiration photo, that was done on a onesie cookie, and I'm not able to write quite that small with frosting versus royal icing, and so instead I did the made in the USA cookie on this larger plaque. For both the cookies that had the writing on it, I used my Smart Sketcher 2.0 projector. I do have a discount code in the description box below, so take a look at that if you're interested. But the projector itself is a pretty simple tool. I have to create the images to project in a different app, and I use Canva for that, and then I upload the images to the Smart Sketcher app, and then it projects down for me to trace. The frosting that I use is similar to buttercream, but it is shortening based rather than having butter or any sort of dairy in it, and I do that to keep it shelf stable and comply with my cottage laws. My skill set for frosting is much more limited than it is with royal icing, simply because I just don't work with it as much, and I don't have as much interest in working with it because it's harder on my hands. I've mentioned here and there that I had carpal tunnel syndrome, and I had surgery for it in 2018 on both my hands, but I still struggle if I overwork them, and frosting is much harder on my hands than royal icing because I just have to squeeze the bag more and just assert more pressure. So generally speaking, I don't really advertise that I offer this. I just have a handful of customers who know that they can place these orders, and I will take them as they are requested. So circling back around, that was a really long-winded way for me to explain that when people see these videos of me frosting cookies, they ask why I don't smooth the lines out. And honestly, it comes down to experience of working with frosting. I have tried smoothing it out, and it was way more difficult than I expected. So this is easier for me. It's more achievable for me to get a consistent, clean look with these lines than struggling through smoothing it out. The only design from this set that had a different technique was this bunting flag, and I cut the angle of the actual bag at about 45 degrees. And then when I was piping, I was holding my hand at a flatter angle, so I wasn't piping straight up and down for this ruffled look. And then at the end here is one more picture of the entire set. It was a really fun order, and I love how it came out.